Boom.
Oh my God. And again, we're here. Me, Paul Gomez, 790, and this is
Dylan Moore.
Say hi, Dylan.
Hi.
Yeah, exactly. We're still trying to figure this stuff out. So if it doesn't go exactly the way we planned, hey, we're still trying. Excuse our mess. It's all his fault. Yes. And today we're gonna piloting our show of bribe guests. Now I don't know if we're gonna have many people chit-chatting in the audience, but we're gonna check that out later. Hopefully we have at least one or two. And again, we'll figure out what goes on after that. We did want to talk about a few things before we bring in our guest. That's Carissa Grant, and she's going to be talking about Worthy Chaos and her campaign that's coming, that is live currently on Kickstarter. But before we do talk about that, I wanted to talk about two specific things real fast, and that is as fast as I can. That is, what is ASAP Imagination? I want to send a huge thank you out. If you could post the slide.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. We were working on. There you go. Okay, for the month of July, ASAP is actually going to be selling my debut book, a PTSD, and all the proceeds are going to go to a charity that's Wounded Warriors Project. So if you buy the digital copy of PTSD, every penny in the month of July is going to go to that Wounded Warriors Project. I want to thank ASAP for helping get that ball rolling, and it's going to start tomorrow, July 1st. Yeah, I guess time flies, doesn't it?
Time flies when you're cool like that.
And you can take that away if you want. Anytime you want. And then you want to go hit that banner of our sponsor. Now, also, we actually are calm down. We currently have a sponsor who's helping us bring things out. They're good friends of ours. That's Geek Out in Burleson, Texas. Geek Out is a great place to be if you're in DFW. Please go check it out. It's one of the biggest comic book gaming stores around. You will not be sorry because this place is huge and it's fun. It's great and
amazing people.
Make sure you go give Chandler a little bit of heck and tell him we sent you. Having said that, I think it's time.
Really? You think it's? I think it's that quick.
Yeah. Well, we want to talk to our guest. That's Carissa Grant. Hey. Woo! No fireworks. Saving them for the 4th of July. See, this guy's cheap. He could got you fireworks. But, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I mean, we're trying to figure our stuff out. We took a break from things. I was jumping here and there and just kind of stopped. And now we're kind of doing our own show, but we want to talk about your project a little bit before we talk about some of the huge subjects out there in the comic world. How is your project doing? I know you've been on Kickstarter for a couple of days now with issue 5, right?
Yeah, this is issue 5.
How long has it been on? It's been like 14 days?
No, it's been 11 days.
11 days. Oh,
yeah, I don't do it for a full month. I do it for, I think I did it for 27 days.
Oh, a rebel.
Yeah. I end it on a day I'm not working, so that's kind of how it worked out.
Yeah. Is it stressing you out already? How's it going?
It's not as bad as last time. I try not to let it stress me because when it stresses me, I stress my co-writer out, and then she stresses, and yeah. So I'm trying not to stress, but it's going pretty good. I mean, I'm nervous because it was so soon after the last one, so I know there's a lot of regulars that they say that they're still gonna back it, but I'm just nervous because it's only been a month since the last one, so
yeah. And it's kind of one of those things you never know when you're going to go into a campaign, how well or how it's going to do. So every single time is something new, always some new set of problems and all that.
Yeah. Well, issue 6 is already done. It got finished yesterday. And so that's going to be released August 15th. And then October 3rd is issue 7, which is the last one in the book 1 arc.
Right.
Arc. And then I gave everyone 2.5 months off from So they don't have to look at me or hear me. I'm sure they'll still hear me. But January 23rd will be book 2 starts. So
That's awesome, awesome. But before we go deep into your campaign, which we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, I wanted to talk about a few of the subjects in the comic world. Have you been keeping up with all the comic
nope.
news and junk? No. Oh well.
No,
See,
I don't do anything mainstream. So you could tell
okay.
me.
Well, and I always tell people, as far as mainstream or indies, if it concerns comics, it concerns me.
Yeah.
I feel like we're making comics, so everything has a ripple effect one way or another.
Yeah.
Like I tell people, if you're not keeping up with the mainstream or if you're not keeping up with indies, this guy isn't either. So usually I have to kind of explain it to him and tell him what's going on sometimes. And sometimes I get his opinion as a teenager, and it's kind of a refreshing thought. No.
What do you mean by refreshing?
Well, I mean, because teenagers, they're the next generation of readers, hopefully, and
you mean a new eye to look through?
They're a new audience, and a lot of people forget about that. So I kind of wanted to bring that in. My kids were the reason that I started in this comic world, and I was like, having a show with a kid who doesn't exactly keep up is kind of cool. I wanted to talk today though about the San Diego Comic-Con. Do you know San Diego?
I do.
Now, did you hear about all the stuff that's going on with it this year?
Nope.
So there's like a mass exodus of like huge stars.
Oh, I did hear I did hear that a lot of movie things aren't going to be there.
Right.
I did just hear that. Yeah.
Have you heard about that? Oh. So this is a big thing about San Diego Comic-Con. Usually it's surrounded by a bunch of big stars that kind of anchor the show. And because of the writer's strike and because of a few other things that are happening, San Diego Comic-Con is actually getting a mass exodus of all the big stars and a lot of people. There's a room specifically that I think is room H that's kind of known to bring in a lot of customers and a lot of people. So because I think a lot of people pulled out, including Disney, Marvel, Netflix, Amazon. I forget who else, but all the big movie stars kind of pulled all their people out, and because of that, San Diego's kind of scrambling to find other anchors. And I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about how they should bring people who are big on YouTube to San Diego because they don't really accommodate podcasters that much.
What about anyone in any social media?
Well, anyone in social media, or how about anyone in indie groups? Because San Diego's gotten so big that it's really been stars and TV shows and all this stuff. And now you never go. I would love to go.
I will never go. Not only do I not like large cons, a table is like $3,000.
Yeah. Well, I mean, an artist table is a little bit cheaper than that.
No, that's an artist table.
Huh?
That's an artist table.
Yeah. Well, we're artists.
No, I'm saying an artist table is $3,000.
Is it?
That's what they told me when I asked. Did you look it
up? I was told it was about 1,200, but I could be wrong.
They told me 3, but maybe they misunderstood. But I will never go. But it would be cool if you went.
Well, hopefully one day I'll go, and then you'll come along as a guest.
No. No, I will never go to. That is just San Diego is a whole other world. It's like going to a new universe, and I have no interest. I've been to New York City, and I grew up around there, so I can handle that. But San Diego is just no. I will stay in my little town over here in Tennessee. And, but you're coming to Tennessee, so
yes, yeah. We'll talk about that later too. But I mean, like I was saying, I really wanted to talk about that San Diego thing. Now, all these artists, or not artists, all these superstars, TV stars, movie stars being pulled out, and what San Diego has transformed into was really those meet and greets of the superstars. So it was bringing in so many customers. But now that all of them pulled out, do you think it's going to go back more to the comic world as opposed to what it was with the superstars?
That's what they say. It'll be more comic related now, but I A lot of people went to see the stars.
Well,
So,
and they bought the tickets already because you usually have to buy these months in advance.
oh, then they should get their money back.
I don't know how that works because I couldn't afford a ticket to San Diego anyway. I mean, I barely afford feeding him.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it's people are going to be very upset about it because there's cons all over the world that are comic related. And you have Hero Con, and you don't have to travel all the way to San Diego for that. So,
Yeah, but I mean, San Diego's what a lot of people consider the big four because the big four cons are San Diego, New York City, Chicago, and then Florida. Those are the big four, if you will, kind of pillars of conventions
it
for
was,
comics, anyway.
and now it's not.
Well, that's a funny thing. It's really they don't know what they're going to do now that all those stars pulled out. Hopefully, they do fill it with comic professionals and indies and stuff that kind of boosts them up. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what you would hope. I would hope they'd do.
Well, maybe you should apply now and be like, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, I don't think I got most of my money sank into like all the cons that I got set up. But yeah, man, I would love to love to go to San Diego. I don't like California that much, though. To tell you the truth, that state hates me. I don't know why. I got left in the middle of a desert one time.
Really?
Yes, literally. I'll tell you this story one day, but literally stranded in the middle of a desert in California.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't think I really want to go back.
I've never been to either.
Why don't you do New York Con? It's supposed to be really big.
New York
that
is
12, that one's 1,200. No, that was less than 1,200. Was it 1,200?
no, it was 12.
No, I mean for New York.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 12. Yeah.
But the thing about it was they didn't accept me. I mean, it's really hard to get into New York.
Dragon Con didn't accept me. They're like, you're not cool enough yet. I was like, screw you.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Give it a year. Don't they know who they're talking to? This is the queen of merch right here.
Right? I'll tell you. Though I have to say, that was, it feels like forever ago. That was 6 months ago, and I don't even think I had like issue 1 out. So
I've got to ask, have you heard that nickname of yours?
What nickname?
The Queen of Merch.
Yeah, Lori said it the other day.
I have heard people refer to you with that name like for the past 2 or 3 months. And even one time I think I was in a conversation and someone was like, hey, do you know the Queen of Merch? And I was like, Carissa? And they're like, oh, I don't know her name. I just know her as the Queen of Merch. And I was like, yeah, I know her.
That's kind of cool. I'm getting a name for myself for stuff. Yeah. I have been asked why I have so much, and my answer is always the same. I wanted it.
There you go.
And it's tax deductible to sell it to somebody else. So it made it the easiest choice. But yeah, I've been trying to space it out. So like for this campaign, I only have, which I know someone is upset because they said, oh, when are you going to have this? And I go, oh, I'll have it next campaign. But I lied. Because I have my zombie merman this time. So I have the plushie and the statue, but a lot of people wanted the skeleton bird. But I didn't, I'm saving that one. I'm also torn because I really want to keep the statue. So usually I get 2 made, but I only got 1 made. And when I got it, I was like, it looks so cool. They both look cool. Don't get me wrong. The merman looks very cool too. Very detailed. But I love skeletons. So to have the skeleton bird and it's on this little stand, so it's hanging, and yeah, I don't really want to sell it. So, but I might have to. I might put it up there and be like, I'll just be like, please don't buy it. Just I have to have
please
it.
Don't buy. Yeah, that's funny. It kind of reminds me of a post that I've seen a lot lately of someone posting something that they were selling on eBay of a comic book, and they were putting on like $8,000 to buy this comic book, and it was like a $3 comic, and it was like, hey, look, honey, I posted it. I'm trying to sell it.
See?
Yeah, no.
That's right. That's how you do it.
So how do you feel about that nickname? I'm kind of curious. Do you like it? Is it?
Okay. It's
Yeah.
very fitting. Yeah, I could have been called way worse. So I'm perfectly
No.
fine with the queen of merch. Yeah, I like it because it's very fitting. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people just go on my Kickstarter to see what I have new. You know,
Hey, nothing wrong with
so
that.
yeah, and I'm trying to, I don't even have to keep up with it right now. I have enough for the next, 3 campaigns, and then I'm gonna start making stuff, which I would have done already, but I'm waiting to sell the stuff that I have. I have one more gold statue to sell, and then I'm all done with those. I have one more tall Anubis to sell. I just sold my cute chibi Anubis statue, so I have a couple other statues. So yeah, and I brought in metal covers, um, so people like those. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff. I think the new one is the merman stuff and the gold plated coins of Anubis, which are kind
Right?
of
I
cool.
mean, such great items. Do you still have the plushie Anubis?
I have my plushie Anubis, and I think I have 4 left, and they're not getting made again because I wanted them to be limited edition. So there's 4 left, and then I might commercially release them next year,
Yeah.
but they won't be handmade. So the handmade ones are only a limited edition of, I think I made maybe 6 or 8 or something like that. So I sold half already. But I mean, these are super expensive to make, but they're super
Right.
detailed, super soft. I mean, he's got, his whole outfit. He has his little staff that he has. So he's awesome. The other plushies aren't as expensive to make, but I have my hellhounds getting, that's the new one that's going to be maybe October. It's the Hellhound Croc. He's getting made. He just got stuffed yesterday, actually. So
So
yeah.
what's your favorite kind of merch, Dylan? I mean, does it matter to you whenever a Kickstarter has merchandise?
It just depends on if I like it or not. I mean,
Yeah. Do you
I,
like the
I
plushies?
like the plushies. Yeah,
They're awesome, aren't
Yes.
they?
This
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
I think Anubis is my favorite. I think this one's my second favorite because I like his petticoat, and his little bat wings and his little tail. Um, and then I have my rat, of course, my little rat. So and then I have Seraphina and Draven plushies somewhere that I haven't posted much. I think they're as add-ons. But
The funny thing is, if I didn't know better, which obviously I've read a lot of the books, if I didn't know better, seeing all these plushies, I would think it was a Pokemon kind of style book.
yeah,
You
yeah,
get all these creatures coming out all soft and cuddly.
you got to collect them all.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know why I saw a plushie chick at a con in Chattanooga, and I was like, oh, I should get my characters made, and then they kind of snowballed from there. So yeah.
Well, and it's great to have different merchandise for things. I mean, you like I said, everybody's been kind of calling you the queen of merchants because you've been pulling out great stuff. Whether it's been the plushies or the wooden covers that, I mean, those were beautiful, beautifully
Yeah, I
done.
actually just sent another one. It's funny you said that because I just sent it like 10 minutes before this. I sent him the engraving for the graphic novel from the same artist, and he's gonna work on that over the weekend. So I'm gonna order a couple of those wood prints from Nerdables, this really amazing shop, and I'm actually gonna go there for. They're in North Carolina. I'm gonna go there for a book signing in November.
Fun
So
stuff.
yeah, he's super nice. Great
Do you
shop.
have a lot of conventions lined up? I mean, I know we're doing Knoxville together.
Yeah, I hate cons.
Oh,
I have
well,
I love going to them. I hate being at them. But I have the Knoxville one. I've never been to it. I heard it's pretty good. I have 2 in the Smoky Mountains, which is Gatlinburg. So I have one in August and one in September. Oh, and then I have CreepyCon. So CreepyCon's in August, I think. Yeah. So I think that's it. I think I have Nashville was great.
yeah,
Yeah, I had a lot of people buy sets of 3. I think I sold like 20 sets of 3, and I sold a lot of prints. So yeah, they gave you a really big table. I mean, I've never had a table that big, and it was the cheapest yet. It was 150. I already, and everyone was very receptive to it, and I really like the con. So I definitely want to do that again next year. So far, I did not like Lexington. I will never do Lexington again. However, I want to attend Lexington because it looked amazing. But as a booth person, I hated it. It was too loud, too crowded. It was awful. But to go, I mean, the thing's like 4 buildings. It's huge. So I'm probably gonna go. And there's a horror one in Lexington in October, so I'm probably gonna go to that one. And then I like the local ones. I don't really like to pay for the hotels or anything. I mean, with the Knoxville one, I don't really need a hotel. So
I love hotels. I mean,
yeah.
I love driving and then having
I like the hotels. I don't like having to pay for it.
Well, I mean, as long as you're making money off the comics and it's paying for it.
Well, I haven't made that much yet. The one in Nashville paid for the table and half the hotel. But we love Nashville and we would go anyway. So it was just a bonus that it paid for half the hotel. So but so far the other I did one that I made over 100 and the table was like 40, so that was worth it. But that was local too. I like the 1-day cons. I wish they would have more 1-day cons. I like them. I don't have to think.
See, I prefer the longer ones. Like this Knoxville one's going to be 3 days, and Friday's going to be long. I think it's from 12 to 7 on Friday.
I think
It's
it's 11,
a little unusual.
11 to 7. The VIP starts at 11. So
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It being about 8 hours long on a Friday is a little bit unusual.
Then you should do Lexington next year. It's 4 days.
I love long cons. I mean, the only problem I got with this con is it's 13 hours away.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like, now it's like having to drive that far. I'm just kind of scared that anything might happen on the road. That's the only thing that scares me.
Yeah.
But other than that, if it wasn't that far, I would love to do a 4-day con, 4 or 5 day, 4-day cons.
Yeah. No, Kentucky was the 4-day con. So
yeah.
Never again though. I hated it. I'm gonna try to stick to Kickstarter until they kick me out of it, and then we'll see what happens.
So, talking about Kickstarter and all the other platforms, have you ever thought about going to a different platform? I know there are a few people that kind of hit Indiegogo and Kickstarter at the same time. Have you ever thought of doing something like that?
I do not like Indiegogo, whatever the hell you call it. I'm not a fan. But I don't know. The other ones don't seem to be as busy. However, I do like the rules of Fund My Comic. So I'm thinking of trying to sell my graphic novel there. So we'll see how that goes. I might set it up there in November and see how it goes. But I like that the money gets taken out right away. I like that it's more for the comic book person. But I'll never not do Kickstarter until they kick me out because it's just so much more popular and everyone knows it. And
it's easier, I think.
Yeah, it's super easy. The only thing I wish they would do, if I was to make one rule, I wish you could copy your last campaign. Because I do the same thing over and over again. Like, why can't you just copy it? Like, all the add-ons and everything, because I just add to them. So I would say I should do one of the surveys, because I've been just yelling at them in the surveys to take the money out right away. Because I don't mind if people, I mean, I do mind, but I understand people backing out. But when you don't take the money, when that minute ends, I don't know what I actually made or not, and I can't stand it. So I don't think that I've lost on my first campaign. I lost $400 from one backer that didn't pay, and then the last one I lost $300 from a backer that didn't pay, like one each. So it's kind of upsetting that they can do that. So I wish they would take the money out right away. But other than that, I do love Kickstarter. But yeah, if they could copy it, I'm starting my next campaign page. So I'm going to be working on that because the second my campaign ends, it goes into pre-launch the next day. So,
right,
yeah,
that's not a bad thing. That's always good to have you a set schedule kind of thing. Kind of lets everyone know what you're doing.
Yeah, I've heard it's tougher for indie people to pay that much each time, but I also heard from other people that it shows that you're reliable and you have a set schedule. And I've had a couple of people ask me to do monthly, and I was like, if I thought people could afford it, I definitely would do monthly, because I could do it. I already have 6 is done and 7 starts. So by the time Kickstarter for 6 starts, 7 will probably be done. So yeah, we're quick.
And that's awesome. I mean, being able to put them out in a good timely manner, that's something that most indies really can't do because they kind of struggle with that.
Yeah, it helps that I don't mind going into debt over it. So
Well,
that helps. That helps.
we won't worry about that part right now.
That's for future Carissa to worry about. I don't have to worry about that right now. Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I love doing it. The marketing part obviously is a little more stressful, but doing the best I could. I've been on a couple of interviews. I had 8 interviews canceled in 1 week. That was a little tough. Yeah. I mean, I had 9 others that I did. So that goes to show that I had a lot that week anyway. But yeah, that was it was one after the other. And I was like, really? And they all had good excuses, but it's like still a little frustrating. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. The world turns and things happen. Seems like this month has been a little bit harder for most people personally.
Yeah, I think summer's tough to do a campaign. I probably shouldn't. But you know what? Then they say, the holiday's tough. So when exactly are you supposed to do these? This is why most indie people are smart and do it like 2 books a year. I got 7 in 1 year. So it's not the smartest thing to do. I just want my comment. I'm impatient. I want them made.
So, I guess this is a question that just about everybody asks. What is the goal for this? I mean, what is your future goal? What is your home run hit at the end of all this?
I have 45 issues that I want made, and then I want and there's going to be more because there's 45 issues in this series 1, and I already have 7 issues into series 2. My spinoff has 40 issues already written, so I want to do the spinoff. We're writing a prequel, and we have 1 book out of 5 written. The ultimate goal, if you're asking what after all these are made, what I would love an animated series. That would be what my choice would be. I don't want a movie or a show unless it's animated, because I'll never be happy with whoever actor they pick or. Whatever. It's a long show, so I mean they're gonna age. I was asking my co-writer the other day, how many months is the 5 books? I think in the 5 books it's like a timetable of 3 months. So it'd be a little hard to have the actors do 5 novels and not age at all. So
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
And do you ever see yourself doing a different title or different IP?
No.
This is it.
Yeah, I mean, I do it. I RP a magic manga type story with somebody else. So I mean, maybe someday that would be a comic, but I really prefer just to write my story and stick with it. I love writing for Serafina. She kind of takes up all of my brain cells, so it's kind of hard to write anything else when she's just yelling at me to write for her. So makes it tricky.
So one of the questions I want to ask, creators is would you ever, and I've heard a lot of people say that there's never going to be another image out there, which I don't know if that's true or not. Would you ever join a group of other creators like across the US to promote your book along with them? I know you're with ASAP at the moment, and you're also
Charter. Yeah. If I keep all the rights, I would, but I would never give up even 0.5% of rights for my story. Right. So if I had free reign, then I probably would, especially if it helped with printing. But generally, I would need all the say in it. I would never license my story out, ever. It's not something that I would ever do. I would never sell my story. So it limits, like I've never seen a writer like what was made from their story. Like I think like Willy Wonka hated his Stephen King has hated everything.
Right.
So every story they've ever hated, ever made, they all hated. I think the only one that was happy was Harry Potter. Was the only one I think that he was happy, but and she got screwed out of it too. So I mean, she sold too many royalties to it, or too many rights to it. Even I think well, no, George Lucas was smart. He lost all the rights to it or something, but he kept all of the toy rights. He was the only
Right.
one that was allowed to do, so that was smart. But yeah, no, I would I'd rather not make a dime off of my story than have some idiot ruin it. So
Right. Right. No, I understand that. Yeah, definitely. So before we start looking at the campaign, give us your elevator pitch. Tell us what is.
I hate when you tell me to do this. You are all about you got to do your elevator pitch. I don't know. I'm not good at this. But the shortest, well, the shortest there is Romeo and Juliet in hell. Somebody said it the other day, and they said, "Oh, it's like Romeo and Juliet," and I was like, "In hell," so it kind of fits. Um, but otherwise, it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Supernatural in the town of Silent Hill in the world of Resident Evil. So that is the shortest pitch there's going to be for that.
This sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get the campaign up and look at it.
Okay, you gotta.
I gotta figure things out. Yeah, I don't know how to figure things out.
Listen,
I'm talking to kind of
you never
occupy
figure
time.
anything out.
Well, yeah. So okay, so here we go. You've got 16 days to go. You've already hit your goal, which you're doing a great job of hitting that pace, right?
Yeah. If you want to show the video, you can. The first part of the video is a quick summary of 4 and 5, and then if you keep watching, there's a summary of 1 through 3 for new people.
So let's watch the video. Awesome.
Yay!
Let's scroll down to some of the great stuff that's on here. So this basically talks about the storyline, and this is one of the variant copies of the covers. Is that right?
Yep.
Amazing covers. There's Anubis on there.
That's one of my favorite covers. And then this is my interior artist who did an amazing job. You got jealous Sierra there.
I love the warnings that you have on there for them.
Yeah, I get told that a lot.
Amazing interior art.
He is absolutely amazing at panel work and all that stuff.
This is some great stuff. Now let's get down to some of the amazing merch that you have. I mean, oh, here's the tiers. You got the digital tier, of course, and this is going to be black and white and color digitals. Is that right?
Yep.
Wow.
And no matter what tier you get, you always get the PDF with it.
And then you got, man, I love the keychains. I love the keychains and the stickers that you got for them, but I hear a lot of people love the little buttons that you have.
Yeah, I was really surprised how popular those were. Like people
Yeah.
kept buying them on his add-ons, and I was like, I didn't even. Those are the first things I ever bought. Like I didn't even think about it. But they're the Angel Demon campaign buttons. You can pick your side.
Yeah, whether it's black or white, the light side or the dark side, and that's.
Yeah.
I know I've heard a lot of people say that they that's what they liked a little bit more than most of the other merch.
Yeah.
Like I said, to me, the keychains were the best thing about it.
I like the keychain, but the buttons were more popular. And this is my most popular tier, the ketchup tier.
Right.
It's got a ton of merch. It's got the keychains, the buttons, the stickers. I've sold more of these than anything so far.
And that is with all that great stuff added into it. Whether you have the prints, the keychain stickers and buttons, but you also get all the books to read each and every one of them.
Yeah, no. And this is someone bought one of these, so I only have one gold statue left, and it'll never be bought. The artist won't make them anymore. And then I have this one has the gold coin it comes with, gold plated. I don't want someone to be like, she said gold. It's gold plated. Well, and then there's our zombie merman.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the Anubis. And this is the metal tier. So
Metal trading card?
yeah, this is issue 5 with the metal tier, and then you get 4 metal trading cards, and then you get foil cards and metal bookmarks, and then the PDF.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's my first time having merch, and this one you get to be drawn in as a zombie in issue 8. And you get to pick your clothes and pick your if you want to be killed, you could pick your death. You could like stagger on as a zombie. But it's also an add-on for people if they just want to get it. It's $99, and not only do you get to be drawn in at least 2 panels, you get the PDF about 3 months before anybody else even gets the printed.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. And then this is Anubis with all the covers, 3 covers. And I can't see these are this is that one's sold. That's our cute angry Anubis statue. This is our merman statue. That one's still available. There's only one made. I don't even have one. So feel free not to buy that one. But yeah, and then the next one should be the bust. Yeah, it's Seraphina and Draven, the bust. And then the next ones, this is the metal ketchup tier. You can get all the back issues in metal
covers. Wow.
The coins, the metal bookmark, the metal trading cards, and the foil cards, the gold plated coins.
So that's five metal covers right there.
5 metal covers.
Wow.
Yeah. And then that's the ultimate Anubis statue. There's only one left. Comes with the pillow, the statue, the coins, the issue 5 metal cover, the other 2 covers in regular, and then metal bookmarks, the gold coin, a bunch of stickers, trading cards, and some foil prints and glossy prints too.
And these are some great tiers put together really well. And
thank you. I just learned how to make these pictures, so I did not. Rick showed me how to do it, so I did not know how to make these things.
Stickers, yeah, buttons. All these are add-ons, right?
These are add-ons, yep, or rewards to show you what they look like. And these are the glossy prints. You get one of them randomly.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that art is not seen by anyone, by the way. That's the only way to see it. It was from a different artist, and it wasn't used in any of the books. So I thought I'd just make
Throw it
prints.
in there. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, that's always great to be able to have something that's uniquely to the Kickstarter.
yeah. And then here's
I
the board.
love the coins.
Me too.
Coins
I just
are
found a wholesaler. I think they're like in Egypt or something, and they just made a really good deal for me, so I got a bunch of them.
wow.
And then this is the one left, the gold statue, and of course the
And then the great
mermaid.
plushies. Yeah.
He's adorable. And Anubis, of course. And then these are the
All right.
statues. And that's just videos of the statue.
Right. All right. Is there anything else that we should see on the campaign at the moment? Anything else?
No, not really. The rest of the story, the thank yous, and all that stuff. Um, I do want to say that one of the most unique things about the story is that the two characters are written by two completely different people. So
Right.
I only write for Serafina. I write all her actions and her, words and thoughts and all that stuff. And my co-writer writes for Draven. So everything Draven is written by my co-writer, and everything Serafina is written by me. So when you're reading it and you notice that they might sound a little different, that would be because they are two completely different people.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not just one person, different personality.
No, that would have been a lot easier. Not
Right.
but a little easier. But no. And I do like to say that the easiest way to find me on Kickstarter is just searching Worthy Chaos, because we're the only thing that pops up. So links are great, but searching is the easiest way.
That's awesome. Well, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. We really didn't have that much of an audience because we're barely kicking off the shows, all that good stuff. But we enjoyed having you, enjoyed talking to you, and we're looking forward to seeing you in Knoxville.
Yeah, well, it's next week. It's only a week to go.
Yeah, less than a week to go. We'll be on the road. We got another show that we're going to be doing on Wednesday, of course, and hopefully we'll find someone that we can videotape and post here next Friday because we will be on the road. But is there anything else that you want to tell anyone that comes see this later?
So if they want to find us, we're on Twitter at worthy_chaos, but we also have a Facebook group. Just search Worthy Chaos for the group. You're in there. And I think we've been around for about 4 weeks, and we have about 600 members. So
Awesome.
we're getting up there. So, and we post a lot of cool stuff in there, and rewards and pages and covers, and other indie people can post their campaigns in there, and artists are allowed to post their art and get more commissions. So it's a very indie friendly community. So
awesome. Thank you very much. And just for anyone who's out there watching this later on, if you need any help with anything, my name is Paul Gomez. That's Paul Gomez 790 on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. If you're just having a down day or need somebody to pick you up, message me, text me, let me know. I'm here for you. And that's Carissa Grant. And this is
Jill Moore.
There you go. Y'all have a great week. See you soon.
bye. Thank you.